Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is another edition of the Monday Mindset Motivation. This is your personal transformation strategist, Shauna-Kaye speaking, and I am so happy to see everyone this morning. As you join, remember to share the broadcast, and if you're not yet a member of the Facebook group Manifest Your Greatness Now, you are more than welcome to join. So this morning we're talking about the importance of celebrating life. And one of the misconceptions that we have is that you should only celebrate when something big happens. But it is my theory that you should celebrate everything, the small things and the big things. In fact, you should adopt a mindset which allows you to celebrate everything. Just the mere fact that you're still here is a reason to celebrate, because I believe that you're here for a reason. As I've often told you guys, if you weren't supposed to be here, you would have passed on like many of your friends or even relatives or family members, but you are still here, and that counts for something. And that is why I entreat everyone to celebrate life. And as some of you know, today is my birthday, so I'm all dressed up and I'm excited. I don't know what the day holds, but I know I'm going to have a great day. And that's one of the things that comes from having a celebratory mindset. You decide in the morning when you wake up that you're going to have a good day no matter what. Hi Sharon, hi Ronald, hi Miss Bennett. Thank you all for joining. Remember guys, go right ahead and share the broadcast on your respective pages or platforms. So again, this morning we're talking about why you should celebrate life. And the first reason why you should celebrate life is that you should always remember that you are here for a reason. That there is a purpose for which God brought you here. And until you fulfill that purpose, you don't really feel like you're living. At least those persons who understand the meaning of living as opposed to just existing. Don't just go through the motions and take life for granted. It means something. And even if right now you cannot see the great things that you aspire to, you cannot see anything materializing even though you're working so hard, don't worry about it. Because sometimes it is not your times which matters the most, but the time that God has set for it. And as I've been speaking about for the past 4 weeks, I've been speaking to you guys about purpose and the importance of finding what it is that you came here to do. What is your calling? Thank you so much for sharing, Kevron. I really appreciate that. And why you came here. Why is it that what is it that you're supposed to do? It has often been said that the two most important days in a person's life is the day when they were born and the day they find out why. I can tell you this. Before I found out why I came this way, what it is that I was meant to do, I was just existing. You guys know that. I've spoken to you about that before. Hi Sharon, thank you so much. Thank you, and happy belated birthday as well. Good morning, Miss Bennett, and thank you for wishing me happy birthday. When I found out why I came this way, it made such a huge difference in my life, and I got up in the mornings knowing that no matter what, I was going to have a great day. It wasn't because I was able to tell the future. I'm not clairvoyant. It wasn't because I knew what lay ahead, but just the mere fact that I was alive. And when I woke up, I felt that vibrant spirit. That alone was enough for me to celebrate. So even now you might be wondering, Shauna-Kaye, why are you telling us to celebrate life? There's nothing to celebrate. You're wrong. If you can even utter that thought, that alone tells you that you're wrong, because it means that you have a mind that is functional. It means that you're alive, and those things should be celebrated. So like I said, you don't only celebrate the big things, you celebrate the small things as well. So family, friends, even the weather. If you wake up this morning and it is sunny outside, celebrate that. Where I am, it's winter, so it's cold outside, but I'm still celebrating that because I get to experience 4 seasons where I live. Whereas where I'm from, every day is like 90 degrees on average. So, and I celebrate that anyway, because you have to realize that just the seasons of your life that you're experiencing and what you're going through right now, that particular season is for a reason. Things may seem really rough right now. The adversity may seem almost unbearable. But as my mother used to say, God doesn't give you more than you can bear. So go through it, grow through the process, because that's your process, and I don't believe God would give you more than you can handle. And if it is that you're going through a tough time right now, trust and believe that He's preparing you for something. One of the other reasons why you should celebrate small things as well as big things is that when you set a big goal, when you have a huge vision, it's not going to happen overnight. People who are successful, and we often refer to them as an overnight success, that's not true. Those persons have had to go through a lot of things, and that's why they say that a lot of us, we see the glory but we don't know the story. Right now, you're experiencing your story. Those adversities that you're facing is a part of your story. They're there to refine you, to prepare you for that ultimate goal so that when you get there, you can handle it. One of the reasons why some people who become successful, they sort of plateau after a while, it is because it happened too fast and they didn't learn the process. So you should consider yourself actually fortunate for going through the process right now and growing through it and learning to overcome adversity, because every successful person have had to go through some amount of adverse situations, and for you it is no different. So celebrate it. Even when you find a challenge, you're facing a challenge and it seems almost unbearable, celebrate it. As I told you 2 weeks ago, I've changed my perspective as it relates to facing hard times when a mountain appears before me. Nowadays, I thank God. And you might think I'm crazy for saying that. But you know what I do? I look at God and I say, thank you for having the confidence in me, for believing that I can go through this and still come out alive. I may not come out unscathed, but I'll still be alive. And as they say, where there is life, there is hope. So guys, as you join me this morning, if you're just coming on, I invite you to go back and watch from the beginning. But we're talking about the importance of celebrating life. Why is it that you should get up with a grateful mindset? When you wake up in the morning, no matter what kind of day you had yesterday, when you wake up in the morning, just be grateful. Look in your mirror and say, I am happy, I am proud, I am beautiful. Say whatever you wish to tell yourself that you want to believe, even if right now you don't believe it, but it's a person that the projection that you have of the person that you want to be. Look in the mirror and feel that person right now. Because in the gospel, it says that when you ask God for something, believing that you will receive it, you will. As long as you eliminate doubt and fear, whatever it is that you want, you can accomplish it. Hi, Mr. Bernard. Hi, Noella. Thank you all for joining. So whatever it is that you want, whatever you desire, no matter how big it is, I personally believe that when you get a desire, something that you feel inside is burning, that gnawing feeling that's just not going away, it's for a reason. And I believe that your desire is just sort of the precursor to what's going to happen ultimately. It's a taste of what you can accomplish. And even though it may seem big, don't be daunted by it. Remember all those prophets in the Bible, such as Moses. Moses didn't know that he could do big things like help to lead the children of Israel out of Egypt. And when God appeared to Moses, he thought that, how can you ask me to do such a big thing? I'm already running from Pharaoh. But you saw how that ended and he was successful. Because when you have a big vision, God is not going to place it on your heart unless he's going to help you to accomplish it. And when you start working hard and you're committed, he will send you persons to help you. Some people say that the universe conspired to help you. So have a celebratory mindset. Even though things don't seem to be coming together right now, you still need to celebrate. And it is said in the book of Psalms, Psalm 16 and verse 11, it says that God makes known to us the path of life. And basically that path, he will give us joy. But in order for us to experience that joy, ladies and gentlemen, we have to seek God first. One of the mistakes that we often make is that we try to do it on our own. We try to figure things out. We think that we can do it alone. Oh, I don't trust people. I'm going to do this by myself. That's impossible. There is no individual who has experienced or enjoyed sustained success who did it on their own. Either they had some sort of mastermind group or a power team behind them. Thank you, Mr. Rice. So it's the same thing for you. You have to understand that you have to put everything in it and you have to trust the process. You have to trust in God and seek God first, and he will send you the right people to help you. He will chart the course for you. He will lead the way. But as I'm saying, no matter how adverse the situation becomes, still celebrate it. Another thought that I want to share with you guys is that you have to develop a celebratory mindset, mainly because sometimes in life you're doing something and it is so crazy that you cannot find anyone to support you. You cannot find anyone to celebrate with you. And that's why you have to celebrate yourself. Because it is said that the greatest enemy is the enemy within. And if you're not careful, your mind will start telling you all these negative things. Why you can't accomplish your dream. Why certain things cannot happen. That negative thought process, it develops and eventually it will start manifest in your life. So what you have to do is to counter that. And how do you do that? You counter that with a positive mindset. You have a positive mental attitude and you celebrate everything. You have to become your friend. Because it says that if there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. So if you believe that, ladies and gentlemen, and you allow that negative thought process that's going on inside to die by basically countering every negative thought with a positive one, with 10 positive ones even, over time you will become known as that individual who is always positive and optimistic. Not because you're an idealist, not because you're unreal as it relates to life, but because you understand the importance of celebrating, because that's something you can control. You are going to face adverse situations. You're going to have a lot of down moments. Those things you cannot control. You cannot avert them. But what you can control is how you view them. You will experience some things, and I'm not saying that if you go through a bad situation, it's your fault. But what you're in control of is how you react to those situations. I believe that developing a celebratory mindset will help you, will fortify you, will give you the character and the strength that you need to overcome those situations and come out on the other side victorious. Thank you, Noella. That is so true. So you have to, it comes from within. I believe that whatever is inside is going to protrude over time. So make sure that whatever is going on inside is positive. Make sure that you're celebrating your small wins as well as your big wins. So guys, if you're just joining this morning, we were talking about the importance of having a celebratory mindset, the importance of celebrating the small things as well as the big things. And I want you to go through the rest of this day and the rest of this week celebrating. One of the reasons why I chose to talk about celebration is that, as in keeping with birthdays, we always have celebrations. Some people have a big party. Some people have a nice quiet dinner with their friends. People do different things. Some people go on a vacation somewhere, and that's fine. All part and parcel of the process of celebrating. But I felt like talking about that because in my own way, I'm celebrating today. But I'm just saying that celebration is not limited to auspicious occasions like birthdays or graduations or winning an award or getting some sort of accolade. Celebration is something that you can adapt and do every single day. Celebrate being alive. Celebrate being able to walk, to use your hands, to feel, to taste, to smell. Celebrate all of that. Celebrate the ability to think. More than anything, celebrate the ability to think, because everything emanates from a thought. Where I'm sitting, this thing behind me, what I'm wearing, all of those things emanate from a thought. So celebrate your ability to think, because your big dream, your big idea that you're thinking about, if you trust that process, if you become deliberate about achieving your goals, and if you stay committed, over time you will realize them. Again, guys, before I leave, I want to remind you about my book. It's available on Amazon. I'm going to leave the link in the bio. It is called the Strategic Goal Setting Handbook. Now remember, guys, even though 1 month has already gone out of 2018, it is not too late for you to set some goals. Notice I avoid the whole notion of a New Year resolution, because some people, when they start the year and things don't come together the way they thought they would have after a month or two, they tend to abandon the journey. I don't want you to do that. So think in terms of goals. What this book does for you is that it walks you through the entire process of setting goals, the introspection, the reflection, the importance of strengthening your strengths, fortifying what you're already good at, as opposed to your weaknesses that society tell you to strengthen your weaknesses. You don't want to become a jack of all trade and master of none. But when you strengthen what you're good at already, then what's going to happen is that you will become a person of value, and people will start demanding your service. You'll be able to earn money from it and still help to impact other people's lives. So you have two options. You can buy the paperback version on Amazon for $7.99, or you can also get the ebook version, which is $2.99. It is called A Strategic Goal Setting Handbook, and I leave the link in the bio. Before I go, guys, I want to remind you of the podcast on Wednesday. Normally, I am on at 8:30. However, this week, I'll be on at 5 p.m. because I have another engagement after that. So for those persons who normally join the podcast on Wednesdays, again, I'll be on at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Until next time, have yourselves a wonderful day and a blessed week. Take care.